What's up, y'all? Cam that guy here, back once again with another YouTube video, man. So in today's YouTube video, I'm going to be reacting to Dr. Martin Luther King speech. You see what I'm saying? I want to react to it, give an opinion on it, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Today is Martin Luther King Day. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King is a civil rights activist. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Glad, you know what I'm saying, he did his best to try to change this country and shit. He got assassinated because people didn't like, you know what I'm saying, the leadership role he was doing, like how like he was making a big change and stuff. They was kind of, they was hating on him, they was jealous of him, so he got killed. You know what I'm saying? But glad that, you know what I'm saying, he tried to do something for this country to make it good and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? In honor of him, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna react, you know what I'm saying, to his one of his speeches and kind of give my insight and opinion on it and this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and go to it on YouTube.
Martin Luther King Jr., a leader who championed equality and justice, delivered one of the most powerful speeches in history. A
Yep.
beacon of the civil rights movement, he tirelessly fought against racial segregation and
Yep.
for the rights of African Americans. His
Racism
words and actions stirred the conscience of a
was a
nation
big
and sparked
problem around this
transformative
time period.
changes. Today, we focus on a pivotal moment from his I Have a Dream speech, a message that
Racism
resonates
was
with
a really,
hope
really big
in
thing
the
back in the
enduring
day, you know what I'm
pursuit of
saying?
freedom. Tragedy.
I want to speak on this real quick before I go on it. Racism was a really, 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 really big thing back then. I'm not sure for people out there that don't know, for the younger generation. Racism was a really big problem as far as like black people was really like disrespected in this country. They had no rights. You see what I'm saying? So for example, like black people, they can only be in certain areas of a city. Black people had to sit in the back of the bus. Let's say when the black and whites merged, blacks can only drink out a certain water fountain. They can only use a certain restroom. They would get hit on by white people and shit. They get called the N word, but black people, they already know how to, you know what I'm saying, handle that. Uh, the food they got was different from the white folks. They got mistreated by the teachers. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? This is black people. You know what I'm saying? Went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? But good thing. You know what I'm saying? The country has changed. It's become more equal. But you know what I'm saying? Around you know what I'm saying this time period, racism, segregation, whatever term you want to use, was a really, really, really big deal. You know what I'm saying? And before this time period, black people weren't even like they used to be on the plantation, you know what I'm saying? They used to be getting whipped, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do this and that. Black people had to work, you know what I'm saying, just to like eat, you know what I'm saying, or just to like sleep somewhere. The black people used to work for white people, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? In order for a black person to, you know what I'm saying, eat and get some water, they gotta work for this white person. You see what I'm saying? They gotta pull crops, you know what I'm saying? They gotta, you know what I'm saying, clean shit, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. That was the only way, and they won't even feed the black people much. You see what I'm saying? Like for example, let's say you got a pig, right? They will feed the black people pig's feet. You know what I'm saying? That's why pig's feet is popular. Black people, you know what I'm saying? That's what they gave them, right? White people, they get the whole pig. You see what I'm saying? So that was just, so I want y'all to understand the point of view of how racism was a really like serious thing back in the day, but it got abolished, but it still exists. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, the constitutional right amendments and shit, that shit getting all fucked up nowadays. So who knows what the fuck gonna happen to this country? You know what I mean? But anyway, let me go on and get to this speech. I don't want to make this video too long.
Tragically, his life was cut short by an assassin's bullet in 1968, yet his legacy continues to inspire people around the world. Join us as we explore these words, their impact, and their relevance today.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Yeah.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
Yeah, freedom's still a problem, man. There's still slavery's heavy nowadays. Yeah, but back then it was really bad. Like back then, people had no rights.
50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. He came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free.
Yeah, gotta free him, man. Gotta
100
free him.
years later,
Gotta do something.
the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination.
Back then it was crazy,
100
man.
years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. This nation will rise up.
I do
Live
want to
out
say
the
this real
true me-
quick. So this video is slightly edited, so they're kind of censoring this video. You know what I'm saying? They're censoring this speech, which is good because I know I got kids watching me and stuff. But yeah, you know what I mean?
Of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Yeah. All men are created equal. Don't matter what race or ethnicity you are, or what you believe in, or how you
I
look.
have a dream
We
that
were
one
created
day
equal.
on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Glad it came true, man, but we live in a bad world. We live in a bad time period right now, you know what I'm saying? And shit better go
I
bad,
have
you know
a
what I mean?
dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able.
So I want to say something real quick. So like I said, this video is censored, edited, whatever the case may be, but it's good, you know what I'm saying, that Martin Luther King was a believer, you know what I'm saying, in God and Jesus and stuff, you know what I'm saying. That's what, you know what I'm saying, made, you know what I'm saying, what he did more impactful and stuff like that, right? But around this time period, people was really religious around this time period, you know what I mean? Nowadays people aren't, but back around this time period, religion was a big thing. But not saying everybody was religious, right? But it's a good thing that he was, you see what I'm saying? Because it makes it like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't like a bad person in any type of way. And just because you're not religious doesn't mean you're a bad person. But it makes it, you know, more like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've watched lots of documentaries on slavery. You see what I'm saying? back then and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's why I know a little bit about it, right? That's the only reason why I know anything about slavery, because I watched documentaries on it in school and shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to this.
To hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From Stone Mountain of Georgia,
Got that freedom, man.
let freedom ring. From Lookout Mountain of Tennessee, let freedom ring. From every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last.
Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the speech. Well, let me go
Thank
keep
God
going.
Almighty, we are free at last.
Yep. So that's the end of Martin Luther King speech, right? You know what I'm saying? I remember some of it. I want to see if I can pull something else up.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
By the way, Lincoln did a little bit to help some of the slaves get free.
That one day on the Red Hills,
That's why he did it around his area, for people that don't know.
sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners
I pretty much already
will they
heard
be
this.
able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I
Okay,
have
so
a
this is just a repeat, pretty much, you know. So I was trying to see if I could see something else, but that's pretty much it. So that's the end of this video, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed this video and stuff like that. This is the end of the Martin Luther King. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, give a little bit. I just want to look at it because today is Martin Luther King Day, and I want to give a little bit of opinion on it. Let me give a little bit more opinion. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, you know, he's a civil rights activist or whatever the fuck. Glad I could probably go on Wikipedia and talk a little bit about him, but I don't want to make this video too long, you know what I'm saying? I think this video is good enough, you know what I'm saying, as far as the time or whatever. I got one more video I got to get into. But, you know, you know, good man, you know what I'm saying, got assassinated because, you know what I'm saying, he was somebody that wanted change. He was trying to create change and stuff. You know, this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace to him and all that other stuff. But anyway, that's the end of this video, you know what I'm saying? If you like this video, you know what I'm saying, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you in my next video.